Hey there everyone, this is Yui. Welcome to episode 30 of All the Mods 3 Expert. Today, we're taking a break from that tedious crafting, just relaxing, doing some stargazing, and jumping into Astral Sorcery. So, let's get to it. I'm not going to cover what I did between episodes because it was mostly waiting and crafting. So, we're over here, the sun is setting, perfect for Astral Sorcery. So, I've gathered a bunch of materials. Hopefully enough. If not, then, I'll have to go get more. I just gotta figure out what I grabbed. Oh boy. So, first things first, let's upgrade our altar for the quest. Right? Yes. That one is, it looks like this. So let's grab this stuff. Throw it in here. Oh, recipe is wrong. Oh no, for this I think you have to wait for nighttime. It is currently sunset. Almost there. In the meantime, I have one ahead. I made a telescope. The recipes are pretty simple, I suppose. Glass lenses are a bit different. They are mana glass instead of glass panes. Well, they're mana glass panes. And then it's greater wood planks. And then there's living wood twigs. A bunch of random stuff in there. Telescope takes some thaumium plates, more twigs. But not too bad. Overall, you take this, put it down so it has line of sight to the sky, and then it goes into the various sections and you can draw out your constellations. I don't know if there's any I missed. Well, I know there's some I missed. I don't know if there's any out. I don't see any. But all you do is you just, when you find the stars glowing, you just connect the stars with a line just by drawing. And when you complete it, it'll turn blue and it'll highlight it in the sky. Apparently not this guy. Oh, they're over there. They're coming up. But we should be able to do this now. Yep. This needs to be night. Look at the nice effects. Oh, so much easier than crafting that UU matter garbage. And of course, once this finishes, it's going to break because we need to upgrade the altar. Let me double check this quest while we're at it. Okay, you just want the altar. That is fine. This takes a while. I'm just impatient. In the meantime, I set up some very cheap automation for the light well. This is just, remember, for the light well, you must extract the liquid and insert the item on the bottom. So Ender conduits help you with that. Well, Ender IO conduits. So I've just got a tank of 32 buckets, not a whole lot, and just a few aquamarine. In a chest. Give me this for the quest. Sweet. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about the quest book. Because I don't intend to. We'll drop this down, and we need to upgrade this. So if I remember correctly, which, I don't. But we'll get there. I needed those two things. This is a 7x7 of the sooty marble in the middle. Just tear it all down. Because it all changes anyways. There we go. So 7x7, just outline it where those bricks were. And then, let's see here, I believe it is, I think it's chiseled? No. No, it's not. It's not chiseled. It's irregular, right? Attunement. Go in here, down here. Yeah, it's 12 regular marble. We'll just highlight the corners. Let's see, what is it? 3 high now. We got that fancy stuff. Runed, I think that is. 2 pillars and chiseled. I don't have any runed. Luckily, I do have a chisel. So we can take those and convert them into any other type. We have runed. Not chiseled. Here we go. Just like that. Okay, and then I think it's just bricks on the outside and we're done. Yep, looks it. Almost, but not quite. And we're short. Quite a bit. Don't worry, I've got extras of everything. Bricks. And we'll see if I mess this up. Ah, sweet. There we go. So, that is done. Let's go ahead and cover real quick. Where is it? No. No. Actually, it might be this. Except I need the lenses. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 5? Maybe? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. We need a bunch. Jeez. Alright. I've got a crafting table. Hang on. Let's see here. We're just going to make all of them. Get your mana glass panes in the table. Doesn't matter so much that the light is dwindling because this is a very cheap recipe. And then we can make these spectral relays. They take the attunement gold coins. You take your dirty coins, throw them in a cauldron with water, you will get the gold coins. And I said about 16. Okay, so these, you can set up a little multi-block. It'll look like this when it's done. I'm just going to drop a couple here. Give them lenses, and we'll set it up on the other side. So you need chiseled, the arch, and sooty. It is chiseled, goes in the corners. Then it is the arcs in the middles. And in the very middle, it is a sooty marble. However, you can put these two side by side sharing this edge, so you could just set up another one right next to it. Just like so. So that's 2 of the multi-blocks. It is listed in the book under exploration right here. Looks like that. Nothing super fancy. What these do need though is line of sight to the sky, so dig a hole up. You can put glass there. Covering it with glass will be just fine. And that means during the day we should have a pretty full altar in comparison. Well, it doesn't look it, but it's still a decent amount of starlight. Alright, so we need infusion, attunement, we need a lot of stuff. So let's start with, I needed one more. Yay. Okay, 4, that's this one. Let's do this first. Attunement altar. Because that's, oh. Maybe not. That one needs to nighttime, it looks. Pull that out. What about the infuser? Infuser is this. Yep, that looks like it. Oop, except that. Make the infuser. Look at a starlight. Yeah. There you go. And we might just have to wait. Oh, yep, see, that takes half. So, I shall be back. I'm going to craft those two things up. And then we'll just do a quick setup of their multi-blocks. For reference, actually, we could just set up the multi-blocks while we wait real quick. Attunement. There's a spider. Where is nope. Go back. Here we go. Starlight Infuser. You need all this stuff. There's what it looks like. So I am going to set this up. And remember, if you just switch tabs, it brings you back to this top page. So you can double click, switch tabs. If you're in the wrong one, go to a different one. And so on and so forth. But I'm going to set that one up, and I'm going to set this one up. This is a 15 by 15, so 225 sooty marble here. Listed right there. All the arcs. The corners are empty underneath, but you can put something there. So I'm going to set that up. I already have it partially set up right here. So I'm going to finish setting these two multi-blocks up, and I'll be back. Alright. It's nighttime. I've finished setting up the multi-blocks. Now all that's left is let's make the infuser. Look at all that starlight. It is maxed out. Pretty good. So, if you're not sure how to set it up, it'll look something like that. Blank marble at the bottom. In the middle is going to be your runed. In the corners is runed. Because it's a little hard to see in the picture with the starlight there. But this is where your runed marble goes. And then it's arc on the outside. And attunement altar. Okay, so the infuser, it goes in the middle here. It is not... Oh, I'll take that. We'll get into that in a moment. Because this is more interesting, at least for me. Get started on this. Is that right? Yeah. Alright, so when you have it correct, you'll see these little white particle effects. Ignore the red ones, that's the blood magic sigil thing. So what we can do now is take our tome, sneak right click, something that we've explored. In this case, I'm going Visio. So by explored, I mean seen in the sky. Let me see if there's a new one real quick. No. Nope. That's it. But if you take the paper out, put it in your offhand, take the spectral relays, keep them in your main hand, and everywhere you see this glowing blue spot, oh, that's the sigil. No, you put a relay. So they're a little hard to see sometimes, so. But you'll know when you're finished. One over here. Because it'll glow like that. And then all you gotta do is step inside. This part takes about a minute, I think. But what this is doing, this is attuning our bodies to the constellation Visio, which will unlock the perk system for us. Which is good. The perk system is very good. And I am surprised I didn't get into it earlier. But here we are, doing it now. You can also attune crystals. And a couple other things, I think. Alright, come on. There we go. We can take the paper, throw it back in the book, because we don't need it now. Now there is a perks tab. In here, whichever one you attune to is where you will start. So I started with Visio, which is gain experience by running around. So how I am going to do this, I'm going to do this a little differently than normal. Well, the beginning is not. I'm going to put my first points going down this way. So I'm going to go here, down here, over to this point, up into the middle like normal. And then I am going for attack this time. So my weapon is a little different because I'm using the gun, which acts as a melee weapon, so it should benefit pretty highly from this. But while we're at it, let's grab... Oh, I don't have 12 buckets, so let's just take the tank. Throw it down here. And so we gotta fill this in, and this is the annoying thing. Oh, every time I put it down, it creates nice lag, yay! I missed. There we go, I wasted a bucket. Alright, so that's the altar. Actually, I really need to keep this nearby. I'm going to go grab some tanks and I'll be back in a second. Alright, and we're back. So, I just made an ender tank exporting here, so this black hole tank is a buffer tank now, and I have liquid starlight wherever I need it. In this case, it's just right down here. So, here's a little trick for you. I've said it before in other videos, but this time I actually did it. So if you put carpet over the starlight, which is under here, you might not want to use carpet on the outside because it's a little harder to click onto. But when you craft something... Oh, and by the way, I had my thing wrong. I missed the chiseled marble, so I had to raise it up by 1. If it looks different, it is. I got my starlight here. But you put in a gem, say, and resonating wand. Let it go. When this finishes crafting, there is a chance to consume one of the starlights. If you're not sure which one, the carpet will pop off and tell you. In this case, it is this one right here. You just put it back, and you can go again. So, it's just a way to notify you if, you know, you're missing one. And it's the same one, of course. I don't really need these right now. I'm not going to go ahead and progress through that. So, let's move on to this part. Oh, that's ugly. Okay, but let's do some basic... No, I'm not. Oh, and speaking of perks, I've been running around a little bit. It is super quick to level if you start with Visio, which is why I pick it. Plus, it gives movement speed, which is always great. Like I said, I went to the middle. If you cannot pick this perk, it means you did not discover all of the main constellations in the sky. So just make sure you get them all, and then you'll be able to pick the middle one, which unlocks starting at any one. And you get an extra couple points. I say a couple, it gives you 3, but, you know, it costs 1 to take it. So it's really only 2 extra points. So I'm going with attack just a little bit, at least up to here. I'm going to have to do some more looking around. I want melee damage, really. Which I'm not seeing much. Yeah, so I might just go with my basic health. I probably will go health. Let's be real. Anyways, let's go back to base. Because we're pretty much done there. It's about as much Astral Sorcery as we need for now. So if we make another tank, which I am out of cauldrons, grab this, and let's think here for a second. Let's get a pixie doohickey, which I made a bunch of. Great. There we go. Time to see how the blood altar is doing. 39 million. So that's, what, 39,000 buckets? Pretty good. Throw this in here. Oh, let's grab our sigil, swap it over. If you make a sigil of holding, you can put your other sigils in it, and then you can sneak mouse wheel, and it'll switch them. In case you didn't know, this needs 120,000. Great. Oh, well, inventory cleanup time for a second. Don't need you. You go here. You're done for now. Throw you away. Don't need that. Which means what was there? My shrinking doohickey. Alright. So for this we need... Oh, let's see here. Where is it? It's not even here. There we go. It's one of the ingredients for this corrupted starlight metal stuff. It is the liquid. How much you got left? You're halfway there. Whatever. So for this... No, not this part. We need uses... I don't know what you're used for, but that looks crappy. This one. Here we go. Corrupted starlight metal, which means in-world transformation. So we need... Let's see here. Some sort of... I'm thinking... Actually, additions, placer, and collector. However... Actually... Yeah, let's do that. Do I have this stuff? No, of course not. Actual, do I have the patterns for the other parts? Dropper, nope, alright. Let's make these up. I'm gonna do this a little differently than I normally would. That's steel? Jeez, that's harsh. Collector. And then I think what we'll do is use a redstone signal instead. Normally I would use an observer, and they are very glitchy kind of when dealing with the placers and collectors and whatnot. Fluid. Collector, go. Placer. Oh, whatever. It doesn't know how to make copper plates? What? That makes no sense. I must have had a ton? Or I just don't use them that often. Okay. Well, there you have it. Copper in here. I have so many different plate things. I needed two chests. Let's make this other one up. Fluid placer, go. Collector, and then let's see here, a clock maybe. No. I don't know. I am not sure yet. But let's grab this. Let's throw this in a filter down here. Tier 4 is good, because that's the highest tier I've got. Ignore the daggers of sacrifice in there. That was a failed experiment. Oh, speaking of... I cleared this up. The, what do you call it? The ritual of culling is now down here. So it is, you know, farther away. This other ritual, I forget which one this is, the one that increases the speed growth of the crystals, was not getting enough, I don't know, kills on the animals, whatever, hits. So it was not working. And that was just to fix it. Anyways, let me go craft up just a couple more things, and I'll be back in a second so we can do some cheap little automation for this. Alright, and we're back. So, my inventory is full of a bunch of random things. We've got, 3 ender tanks. We've got a placer, collector, dropper. So, let's randomly set this stuff up. Before we start, I have a very similar tank to my liquid starlight tank, which is just white, light gray. There is a second version of this on top of the black hole tank. That is the buffer for the liquid starlight. It is set to output mode. That tank will be used to take any liquid starlight that is in the system and just flush it back out over there in case something goes wrong with these collectors and all that stuff. It's just to prevent the liquid from building up in the wrong way. So we've got a placer, we're going to plop that down. We've got a collector, we'll put it over, nope. Base it. There you go. And we've got a dropper. I am going to set the dropper and the collector to pulse mode. I have a redstone repeater, which will go, put it here, and I'm just going to increase it. It doesn't matter to what, just not instantaneous. I have a comparator, which I will feed off of this dropper. I will take that signal using the Ender IO conduits because they're just a little nicer usually to work with. This one I am going to, this is input, correct. And this one here we're going to switch to output on red. Then it'll act like redstone dust, but it'll only flow that way. And we're also going to take it and feed it back into itself. To force a connection, use your wrench, right click on the side, and it'll push it over. And so we're gonna, basically, if there's an item in the dropper, it's gonna trigger the comparator, and it's going to trigger itself, and then shortly after, it's gonna trigger the collector. That's the idea. We'll see if it works. I've got the ender tank of liquid starlight. I am going to switch that to output mode when I am ready. And I have 2 more ender tanks. This blue one is going to be for the output, and the gray one, like I said, is for if starlight gets in this collector. So we'll take the fluid collector, always extract. We will insert into this one, and let me grab a bucket of starlight. This here is going to be blacklist liquid starlight. And this one is going to be whitelist liquid starlight. And with that, no, we're not done yet. I'm gonna say it's done, but no, it's not. We need one more thing. I'm just gonna put it here. We have the chest. This is going to be my input chest, which I will hook up to the system eventually. Extract always. Right click it, geez, and insert. Okay. Is that everything? That looks like it should work. So if we flip this to output mode, it'll fill up the placer. Okay. I took my ring off so it doesn't screw up picking up this item on me. And so if we place in one of the blood piles, well, it was pretty quick. And this is set to output already on the outside world. We put a bunch of them in. Oh. That could be a problem. Alright. I know a fix for that. Let's just go with, dang. Alright. Forget this. We'll go with a item duct servo. Do I have a regular one? Nope. Let me grab a regular servo. And hopefully this doesn't crash on me. Every time I come out of here, there's a good chance the game will crash, and we're good. Here's my output tank, so that's where the buckets went before. Let's grab a regular, cheap, old, slow servo. The slower the better. That way we can force items one at a time. We'll throw the item duct. Where are we at? Over here. On top of that, throw on the servo, drop it to 1. Ignored. Of course, it broke both. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Let's reset this up real quick. There. Okay, boom, 6. Oh yeah, look at that, nice and slow. That'll do it. So, with that, all I have to do is hook up this chest to my ME system. Technically hook up the blood altar, but I can do that another time. But there's some rough automation for you just to get the, what is this? Corrupted Starlight. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, so if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.